We missed all the middle school drama. As she grew older, her first car, college, marriage, grandchildren, all of the life experiences that turned a girl into a woman. I'll never get to share that with her.
Over a year ago, our first video covering the incident that caused Anisa Scott's demise was posted. Since then, part 2 was uploaded, which included relevant updates at that time. In September 2022, progress was made in Anisa's family receiving justice. Ultimately, there will be 4 videos covering this story instead of 3. If you haven't watched parts 1 and 2, they are linked in the description below. Welcome to Young Black Lives Honored. Be sure to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to leave a respectful comment below. When Andre Brown pleaded guilty in May 2022, prosecutors stated that they'd likely recommend he be sentenced to 40 years in prison for his role in the demise of 11-year-old Anisa Scott. At the time of the incident, 16-year-old Andre Brown was wearing a GPS monitor and had juvenile cases pending against him in Dane and Milwaukee counties. During his initial appearance in 2020, a prosecutor said that the teen had let the monitor's battery run down prior to the senseless incident, then charged it afterward. On September 12, 2022, the youngest of the trio, now 18-year-old Andre Brown, was the first to be given a prison term. His lawyer called the teen's teacher from his time in jail as a character witness. Christine referred to him as a wonderful young man to work with, adding that he was smart, pleasant, and had earned his high school diploma while his case made its way through the court system.
How was he as a student?
He's an excellent student. He's very bright, very, very bright, very creative, hardworking. He has done an excellent job in the classroom, very pleasant to work with, all around good student.
Ultimately, he was sentenced by Dane County Circuit Judge Julie Genovese to a 25-year prison term for the first-degree reckless fatality conviction and 10 additional years for an attempted fatality conviction stemming from the same incident. He was also given 15 and 10 years of extended supervision for each charge, respectively. The 2 sentences will be served consecutively for a total of 35 years in prison, to be followed by 25 years combined of extended supervision. During the hearing, Assistant District Attorney Dan Hess referred to the 3 men as hitmen out to collect a bounty.
You know, your 20s and 30s and 40s are really the best years of your life. Anisa's not going to have that chance. So I do believe that you need to give up the best part of your life for what you did.
As tears filled her eyes, Scott's mother, Ashley Rios, told the court that the past 2 years had been the hardest, longest, and most painful of her life.
Anisa would have started 8th grade last week. A piece of me is missing forever, and this is a pain I wish on no one. Although I try to stay positive and cherish all of the beautiful memories we've created, it's hard to ignore all of the things that I'll miss out on. We missed all the middle school drama. As she grew older, her first car, college, marriage, grandchildren, all of the life experiences that turned a girl into a woman. I'll never get to share that with her.
Needless to say that no amount of justice and no amount of regret will ever bring my baby back.
Scott's grandmother, Lorene Gomez, spoke on behalf of the victim at the hearing, saying there's nothing that could have prepared her for the loss.
I'm sure your actions may have broken your mother's heart, but the difference is that her heart has an opportunity to mend. I have no such opportunity.
I apologize for everything that happened that day, and I apologize for what I put your family through and all the pain and grief that you guys have done because of me. What happened that day was not supposed to happen, and it should have never happened.
Following an investigation, ADA Dan Hess told the court that overwhelming evidence pointed to now 21-year-old Perion Carreon as being responsible for the discharge that ended Anisa's young life. He too had previously pleaded guilty in May 2022 and was sentenced on September 19th the same year. Hess acknowledged that the targeted attack was aimed toward Anisa's mother's then-boyfriend, Chris Carthans. However, Anisa was unintentionally struck. The assailants apparently were unaware that she was sitting in the passenger seat of the Chevy Tahoe, which had tinted windows. It was also revealed that the trio believed that they'd be paid by one of Carthan's alleged enemies for carrying out the targeted attack. Hess said Carreon had been involved in another discharge incident the month prior to Anisa's passing. Additionally, the ADA asserted that Carreon lied to police early on in their investigation and thought the person who had offered to pay them for the attack would bail him out of jail. For the second time in a little over a week, Anisa's mother and other family members spoke through tears, telling the court of the pain their loved one's passing had inflicted upon them.
Anisa is very well still alive in our house. Support can feel so overwhelming, yet so appreciated at the same time. I want the t-shirts and the buttons and the memorialized gifts to go away, and in return, Anisa's back. I want the time to be measured in minutes and hours instead of before and after Anisa was hurt. I just want everyone to understand where I'm coming from, but nobody to experience what I'm going through. I'm tired of being a grieving mom. I just want my baby and my normal life back.
I'm most certain that his intent was not to hurt my baby. But the impact of your actions have hurt me forever and ever and ever and ever. I can tell you as sure as the nose on my face that Anisa knows and forever will know that I love her.
Not having her here has really torn a big part of me right out of my chest. It's something that you really can't explain. Was she scared in the moment? Was she in pain? Did she know?
Judge Genevieve sentenced Perion to 30 years in a Wisconsin state prison. He received 25 years for his guilty plea to first-degree reckless fatality and 15 years for attempted first-degree intentional fatality in Scott's passing. Upon his release, he will be required to serve 15 and 10 years of extended supervision respectively. His lawyer had contended that the evidence was not as clear as the ADA insisted. In a more than 4-minute-long statement before Judge Genevieve, Carreon called the fatal incident the biggest mistake of his life and said he took full accountability. The attorney asked the court for a 16-year sentence because it was not intentional.
This is about as serious as it gets. Whether you intended to kill her, whether you intended to scare Christopher Carthens, it doesn't really matter because she's gone.
In sentencing, Judge Genevieve acknowledged Carreon's difficult upbringing and accountability, while also citing dozens of character witnesses. She added that while those are no excuse for his actions, those are the reasons that Carreon received a lighter sentence than Andre Brown, who was sentenced last week.
Anisa was the same age as Perion's sister. They knew each other. He killed someone, it could have easily been his sister, and he knows that.
The biggest mistake of my life is what I did that day, and I take full accountability for it. I want to apologize to the mother, the siblings, the uncle, and the rest of the family, and the loved ones of Anisa. But apologizing is an understanding of how I truly feel about everything. Every day I wake up, I go through the pain of knowing that I took a young loved one from a beautiful family. And no matter what time you give me, no matter what happens, no matter what's given or what's said, they will never get that time back. Her mother will never get to see her graduate. And like I said before, I take full accountability for my actions. There's nothing I can do to change what I did. There's nothing I can do to give their siblings back, their sister, their uncles, their aunts, everybody. Whatever sense you give me, I hope they can at least find some type of comfort. It was not meant to be that day. It wasn't planned. At the end of the day, it happened. I will not let Hess sit here and make it seem like I just didn't care, like I didn't take accountability. I don't care what sentence you give me. I don't care what my attorney has to say or what the DA has to say. What I care about is the comfort of my family, as well as Anisa's family. I will not tolerate nobody saying that I just knew that a little girl was in there, but that will never justify shooting at a car, period. Once again, I take full accountability for my actions, and I accept whatever consequence and whatever time you give me. Someday I do hope to be a person that can get out and do without against gun violence. Do try to help people that's misguided. But no matter what I went through as a child, no matter what I went through as an adult, it doesn't justify what I did and what I partook in. I want the mother, and I want the father and the siblings as well as the rest of the family to know. There's not a day I don't think about it. It's not a day that the weight on my shoulders carries on from my actions. The mother wanted to know if I ever put myself in her shoes, and with all respect, I can't. I don't know what I would do, and I don't know how I would feel. Words can't describe how I feel, like I said, and apologizing is an understatement to the whole situation. It doesn't matter if it was Christopher or her. Somebody died because of my careless acts and what I partook in. There's no excuse. Past, present, future, there will be no excuse. I'm glad that justice is being served in, some way, but I know at the end of the day, the pain will never go away from her family. I just want you and the family to know I truly am deeply sorry. I can't sit here and say the words that will prove that, because words cannot prove how I feel. But at the end of the day, I do regret it, and it is and will be the biggest mistake of my life. But whatever punishment comes with it is what I deserve, and then some. But I don't deserve Hess to speak on me like I just did everything that he just said. And with all respect, Your Honor, I won't tolerate it. But like I said, I apologize to the family. I apologize to everybody for having to be here. And I take the consequence as it is and what it's going to be. Thank you for letting me speak. And like I said, I apologize to the family.
According to online court information, both defendants have since filed notices of intent to pursue post-conviction relief. Brown filed on September 17th and Carreon on September 26th. On the same day of Carreon's sentencing, attorneys for the third co-defendant, now 19-year-old Jerry L. Ward Jr., successfully argued that they be given parts of pre-sentencing investigations in Brown's and Carreon's cases. This was done in an effort to obtain information showing Ward was less involved in the tragedy than the other two. Their goal is to prove specifically that he did not handle one of the pistols used in the incident. According to online records, Jerry Ward's trial appears to have been postponed to January 2023, with jury selection slated to begin on the 23rd and the trial estimated to last 1 week. He also faced a slew of other charges to which the outcomes had been scheduled for other dates. I will continue following as we await the final outcome in this tragedy, the trial of Jerry Ward. Be sure to subscribe for updates, and I hope that justice is served. May the family and friends of Anisa Scott find solace in the happy memories, and may her soul rest in perpetual peace. Thank you.